Saturday night. You're at a BBQ. Max is running around the backyard like he owns the place. Your 2-year-old golden retriever who's basically your best friend at this point. Then you hear it. That yelp that makes your blood go cold. His back leg. Something's wrong. He can't put weight on it. You scoop him up, throw him in the car, and now you're driving to the emergency vet at 9 p.m. with your hands shaking on the steering wheel. The waiting room smells like antiseptic. There's a woman crying in the corner. A cat in a carrier. Fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. The vet comes out. It's a torn ligament. We need to do surgery. You nod. Of course. Whatever he needs. The surgery runs about $7,000. With x-rays, anesthesia, overnight care, you're looking at $8,000 total. Your stomach drops. You check your phone. Pull up your bank app. Savings account, $2,300. The receptionist slides a credit application across the counter. Most people use Care Credit. Most people finance their dog's knee surgery. And suddenly you're filling out a loan application at 10 p.m. on a Saturday, and you're thinking, how did I get here? Look, if you're someone who has a pet and you've been hit with a vet bill that made your stomach drop and you're trying to figure out how to be a good pet owner without going broke, subscribe. Because I'm covering all the money decisions that come with fur, 4 legs, and a $400 monthly payment plan you never saw coming. Here's the thing nobody mentions when you adopt that puppy. According to Policy Advisor, a pet insurance company that tracks this stuff, 1 in 3 pets needs emergency care every single year. Not might need. Will need. And the numbers. The average emergency vet bill is $653 for dogs, $919 for cats, according to Pumpkin Insurance data. But that's just average. A broken leg, $1,098. Cancer treatment, up to $5,000. Torn ACL like Max, $7,000 to $8,000. You budgeted $200 a month for Max. Food, toys, annual checkup. You thought you were being responsible. But vet costs jumped 60% in the last decade, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data. That same torn ligament surgery cost $2,000 in the 90s. Today? $7,000. Same procedure, same dog, triple the price. So this isn't a story about one unlucky guy and his dog Max. This is about a system that's designed to turn your love into debt. I call it the pet upgrade trap. And if you have a pet, or you're thinking about getting one, you need to understand how it works before it's too late. Let's do the math. Because this is where most people realize they're screwed. You're 28 years old, you have a stable job, you've been saving, you decide, I'm ready for a dog. You check your bank account. Starting emergency fund, $5,000. You think, I'm responsible, I've got this covered. Let's see if that's true. You adopt Max from the shelter. Adoption fee, $150. Remaining, $4,850. Cool, still good. But wait, Max needs his first vet visit. Vaccines, exam, deworming. First, vet visit, $200. Remaining, $4,650. Okay, that's fine. You budgeted for this. But wait, there's more. Max is a puppy. Puppies need training or they destroy your apartment. Training classes for 8 weeks, $400. Remaining, $4,250. Still manageable. But wait, there's more. Max chews through your couch cushions, your favorite shoes, and 2 phone chargers. Replacement costs, $300. Remaining, $3,950. You laugh it off. He's learning. But wait, there's more. Month 6. Max eats something weird at the dog park. Vomiting, diarrhea, won't eat. You panic, rush to the vet. Diagnosis, gastroenteritis. Needs IV fluids, medication, overnight monitoring. According to Spot Pet Insurance data, gastroenteritis treatment averages $2,000 to $10,000 depending on severity. You get lucky. Mild case. Gastroenteritis treatment, $1,800. Remaining, $2,150. Okay, this hurt. But Max is fine. You're fine. This is why you had savings. Max is now a full-grown golden retriever. He's healthy. You're back to routine. Annual vet visit plus vaccines, $250. Remaining $1,900. But wait, There's more. Your landlord does an inspection, sees Max, says, dogs weren't in your lease. You negotiate. He agrees to let Max stay. Pet deposit, non-refundable, $500. Monthly pet rent starts, $50 a month. Remaining, $1,400. This is fine. You adjust your budget, you skip a vacation. Worth it for Max. But wait, there's more. You're at that BBQ. Year 2, month 8. Max is running around. Suddenly, that yelp, his back leg. He's limping, can't put weight on it. You rush him to the emergency vet. Saturday night, 9 p.m. Emergency vet exam, $200. Remaining, $1,200. The vet does x-rays. X-rays, $400. Remaining, $800. The diagnosis, torn ACL, needs surgery. The vet says, surgery will run about $7,000. With anesthesia, overnight care, follow-up appointments, you're looking at $8,000 total. You have $800 in your emergency fund. You need $8,000. Let's recap. Started with $5,000 in savings. Year 1 costs. Adoption negative, $150. First vet visit, negative $200. Training negative $400. Destroyed stuff, negative $300. Gastroenteritis, emergency, negative $1,800. Year 1, total, negative $2,850. Year 2 cost before surgery, annual vet negative $250. Pet deposit negative $500. Emergency vet plus x-rays negative $600. Year 2, total, negative $1,350. Total spent in 2 years, $4,200. Remaining in emergency fund, $800. Amount needed for Max's surgery, $8,000. Amount you're short, $7,200. But wait, there's more. The final twist. You think, okay, I'll put it on a credit card, I'll pay it off. You apply for care credit. Approved credit limit, $5,000. So now you have $800 in savings and $5,000 in available credit. Total, $5,800. Still short, $2,200. You call your parents. They loan you $2,500. You cover the surgery. But here's the new reality. Care credit balance $5,000 at 18% APR after the promotional period. Minimum monthly payment, $150 a month. If you only pay minimums, you'll pay this off in 51 months, over 4 years. Total interest paid, $2,650. So Max's $8,000 surgery actually cost you $10,650 when you factor in interest. Plus, you owe your parents $2,500. The final tally. You started with $5,000 in emergency savings. After 2 years of responsible pet ownership, $0 in savings, $5,000 in credit card debt, $2,500 owed to family, a monthly payment of $150 for the next 4+ years. You did everything right. You saved $5,000 before getting a dog. You budgeted for food, toys, regular vet visits. You were responsible. But the math just doesn't work. So how did this happen? Let me take you back to 1995. Your golden retriever tears his ACL running in the backyard. You take him to the vet. The vet says, he needs surgery. The bill, $2,000. You wince. You put it on a credit card. It sucks, but it's manageable. You pay it off in 6 months. Annual vet costs? Maybe $300 to $400 a year. Shots, checkup, flea medication. Done. The vet clinic? Local practice. One vet. Basic X-ray machine. No MRI. No CT scan. Just Dr. Johnson, who's been treating dogs in your town for 20 years. 2025. The Pet Healthcare Industrial Complex. Same scenario. Same torn ACL. You rush Max to the emergency vet. The vet says, he needs surgery. But first, we'll do an X-ray to confirm. Possibly an MRI if we need detailed imaging, pre-surgical blood work, and he'll need to stay overnight in our ICU for monitoring. The bill. $7,000 to $10,000. Same injury. Same dog breed. Same torn ligament. But now the surgery costs 3 to 5 times more. Annual vet costs. Average dog owner now spends $1,248 per year, according to 2024 AVMA data. That's up from around $400 in the 90s. The vet clinic? Corporate-owned 24/7 emergency animal hospital. State-of-the-art equipment. Board-certified specialists. Oxygen cages. Full surgical suites. ICU with overnight staff. All of which is amazing for your pet's health. All of which costs a fortune. What changed? First, vet costs exploded faster than everything else. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics data, veterinary service inflation outpaced general inflation by more than 60% over the past 2 decades. In the last decade alone, vet bills jumped 60%. Translation: your dog's knee surgery got expensive way faster than your paycheck got bigger. Second, veterinary medicine became actual medicine. In the 90s, a vet could do basic surgery with basic tools. Today, your dog gets the same level of care as you do at a human hospital. MRI scans, $2,000 to $3,000. CT scans, $1,500 to $2,500. Ultrasounds, $300 to $600. Overnight ICU monitoring, $200 to $500 per night. A Utah vet put it perfectly. In the 90s, a dog surgery might cost $2,000. Today, with advanced imaging, a specialist, and a full surgical team, that same case is closer to $10,000. The care got better. The bills got brutal. Third, corporate consolidation changed the game. In the 1990s, most vet clinics were independently owned. Dr. Johnson set his own prices. In 2025, corporate chains bought up practices. Mars Incorporated, yes, the candy company, now owns Banfield, Blue Pearl, and VCA. That's over 2,000 veterinary hospitals. When corporations run the show, prices go up. Why? Because they know you'll pay. Fourth, pet ownership became emotional investment. 1990s mindset. It's a dog. I love him, but he's a dog. 2025 mindset. This is Max. He's my child. I would literally do anything for him. According to AVMA's 2024 survey, 88.8% of dog owners now view their pet as a family member. When your dog becomes your child, there's no limit to what you'll spend. The industry adjusted prices accordingly. The bottom line? Your parents got a dog in 1995 for $300 a year in vet bills. You got a dog in 2025 for $1,248 a year. And that's before anything goes wrong. Same love, same loyalty, completely different price tag. So who's responsible for this? Meet the villain, the compassionate hostage taker. Here's how this villain works. Step 1. They give you something to love. The shelter hands you an 8-week-old puppy. Adoption fee, $150. He'll need about $50 a month in food and basics. You sign the papers. You name him Max. The trap is set. Step 2. They let you get attached. For 6 months, a year, 2 years, Max is your dog. He sleeps in your bed. He waits by the door. You have 10,000 photos of him on your phone. You don't have a pet. You have a family member with a heartbeat. Step 3. They create the crisis. Saturday night. Max tears his ACL. The vet says, "We can save him. Surgery will be $8,000. Notice what they did? They didn't say, "Surgery costs $8,000. Would you like to proceed?" They said, "We can save him." Translation: if you say no, he dies, and it's your fault. Step 4. They know you can't say no. You love Max. Max is in pain. You're standing in a waiting room at 10 p.m. on a Saturday. You have 45 seconds to decide. Saying no means watching Max suffer. So you don't negotiate. You don't shop around. You just say, "Do whatever he needs," and the villain wins. Who is this villain? Corporate. Vet consolidation. Mars Inc. owns thousands of clinics. Shareholders need returns. The emergency vet industrial complex. They only see you when you're desperate. You're not price shopping when your dog is dying. Pet insurance. You still need $8,000 cash up front. Insurance just reimburses you 70 to 90% in 4 to 6 weeks. The adoption system. They tell you budget $50 a month, but don't mention the $5,000 emergency fund you actually need. It's not a scam. The care is real. The costs are real, but it's a system designed to extract maximum payment from people in maximum emotional distress. That's not healthcare. That's extortion with a stethoscope. And here's the worst part. Your own psychology is working against you. Let me explain. Trap number 1, the sunk cost fallacy. You've already spent $5,000 on Max over 2 years. Now he needs $8,000 surgery. Your brain says, I've already put $5,000 into this dog. If I don't do the surgery, all that money was wasted. But that $5,000 is gone, whether Max gets surgery or not. So you spend $8,000 more. Not because it makes sense, because you're too deep to stop. Trap number 2, loss aversion. Psychologically, losing something hurts 2 times more than gaining something feels good. The vet gives you 2 options. Pay $8,000, Max lives. Don't pay, Max dies. Your brain doesn't see this as gain a healthy dog for $8,000. It sees it as, if I don't pay, I lose Max forever. And losing Max feels unbearable. So you pay. Trap number 3, the endowment effect. Before you adopted Max, how much would I pay for a golden retriever? Maybe $1,000? After 2 years with Max, how much would I pay to keep Max alive? Everything. My entire savings. Same dog, different value. Once he's yours, he's priceless. All 3 biases fire at once, and you sign the care credit application. Here's what most people don't know. 1 in 3 pets needs emergency care every year according to Policy Advisor. That's not if. That's when. 30% of pet owners cannot afford emergency care according to Spot Pet Insurance. Almost 1 in 3 people admit they simply don't have the money. 16% of pet owners have lost a pet because they couldn't afford vet care. That's 1 in 6 people who watched their pet die over money. 52% of pet owners skipped or declined necessary vet care in the past year, according to PetSmart Charities and Gallup. Even people earning $90,000 plus skipped care due to cost. 24% of pet owners considered surrendering their pet for financial reasons in 1 year, according to a Humane Society survey. Nearly 1 in 4 people thought about giving up their pet because they couldn't afford them. Vet costs are 60% higher than they were in 2014, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics. Your salary didn't go up 60%, but vet bills did. This isn't about irresponsible pet owners. This is about a system that's broken. Let me give you a metaphor. Getting a pet is like buying a goldfish. You walk into the pet store, you see a goldfish in a tiny bowl. The sign says, "Goldfish, $3, bowl included." Perfect. Day 1, the goldfish is happy. Week 2, you read online that goldfish need a filter. You buy a small tank, $50. Month 3, the goldfish is getting bigger. He needs a 10-gallon tank, $120. Month 6, now he needs a heater, $40. And pH-balanced water treatment, $25 a month. Year 1, the goldfish gets sick. Fin rot. Treatment, $200. Year 2, he's outgrown the 10-gallon. You need a 20-gallon tank, $200. Plus a better filter, $80. At any point, you could have stopped, but you can't, because now you know the goldfish. You named him Gerald. He recognizes you. You can't just let Gerald die. That's exactly what happens with pets. You adopt a puppy for $150, but 6 months later, you've got an $8,000 emergency vet bill. You didn't adopt a dog. You bought a $3 goldfish that turned into a $1,500 aquarium. Except the aquarium has a heartbeat, and you can't return it to the pet store. Okay? So what do? Here are 5 specific actionable steps to avoid this trap. Step 1. Build your Max Emergency Fund. Start with $100 a month. Open a separate savings account today. Name it Max Emergency Fund. Set up automatic transfers, $100 a month. Year 1 goal, $1,200. Year 2 goal, $2,400. Year 3 goal, $3,600 plus. Your target, $3,000 to $5,000 saved before the emergency hits. When Max tears his ACL and the vet says $8,000, you're not panicking. You can say, I have $3,600 saved. What are my options with that budget? That's a negotiation, not a hostage situation. Step 2. Get pet insurance now, but do the math first. If your pet is young and healthy, get a quote this week. Average pet insurance cost. Dogs $62 a month, which is $744 a year. Cats $32 a month, which is $384 a year. Over 10 years. Dogs $7,440 in premiums. Cats $3,840 in premiums. Ask yourself, if I put that $62 a month into savings instead, would I have enough? $62 a month for 10 years equals $7,440 in savings. That covers one $7,000 surgery. Insurance makes sense if your breed is prone to expensive issues, you're bad at saving, or you want predictable costs. Insurance doesn't make sense if your pet is over 8 years old because premiums skyrocket, you're disciplined enough to save consistently, or your pet already has health issues because pre-existing conditions aren't covered. Get 3 quotes. Compare. Then decide. Insurance or self-insure with savings. Step 3. Have the money conversation with your vet before the emergency. Next routine checkup, say this. Hey, I want to be responsible, but I need to be realistic about costs. If Max ever needs emergency care, what's the typical price range? And are there usually multiple treatment options at different price points? This signals, I care about my pet and my budget. During an actual emergency, ask, can I get an itemized estimate before we proceed? Are there different treatment paths? What's the most affordable option? Can we do this in stages? My friend's dog needed a tooth extraction, vet quoted. $1,200. She asked, what if we skip the overnight monitoring? Vet, that's fine if you can watch him at home. Drops it to $800. $400 saved by asking one question. Step 4. Find your low-cost backup options. Now, spend 30 minutes this week Googling low-cost veterinary clinic near me, veterinary teaching hospital near me, animal welfare veterinary assistance. Save these numbers in your phone. When Max tears his ACL at 9 p.m. Saturday, you're going to the nearest emergency vet. But what if it's not life-threatening? What if you have 24 to 48 hours? Low-cost options save you thousands. Options. Veterinary teaching hospitals cost 30 to 50% less than private practice. Humane Society and ASPCA clinics have income-based pricing. Nonprofit vet clinics have sliding scale fees. Create a note in your phone with 3 backup vet numbers by Friday. Step 5. Decide your financial ceiling. Now, before emotions take over. This is the hardest step, but it's the most important. Sit down, right now, and answer this. What is the maximum amount I can afford to spend on a pet emergency without destroying my financial future? Write it down. Is it $2,000? $5,000? $10,000? Then write this. If Max needs care that costs more than this number, I will explore alternative options including humane euthanasia. In the emergency vet waiting room, you will not think clearly. Your brain will be flooded with guilt, panic, and love. You need to make this decision now when you're calm. Write it down, sign it, date it, save it. When the emergency happens, pull it out and read it. This doesn't make you a bad person. 16% of pet owners have lost a pet because they couldn't afford care. You're not alone. Deciding your limit before the crisis is the most responsible thing you can do. Look, your pet doesn't need you to go broke. They just need you to be there. And the only way to be there for the long haul, through the emergencies, the surgeries, the late nights, is to make sure you're not drowning in debt from the last crisis when the next one hits. So plan now. Save now. Because loving Max shouldn't mean destroying your future. It should mean protecting both of you. You can love something and still have a budget. Max doesn't need you to destroy your financial future. He just needs you not to resent him when the bills come due. The pet industry built a trap where loving your dog means financing his existence. But you don't owe them your financial freedom. Plan. Save. Decide your limits. And take back control of what love actually costs. If this helped you see the trap before you fell into it, hit that like button. It helps other people find this before they're financing a dog's knee surgery at 18% APR. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this. I cover the money traps that nobody warns you about until your wallet's already empty. And if you know someone thinking about getting a pet, share this. The best time to learn about vet bills is before you're staring at one. All right, go hug your dog. Then check your savings account. I'll see you next week.